So, hi. Thank you for. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity to record this session for the first and second week of that training session on the Spring Boot and microservices. My name is Chandan Kumar, and basically I belongs to Muzaffarpur district, state is Bihar. But talking about my current location, so my current location is in Noida sector 63 D block in UP, Uttar Pradesh, which are very much nearby Delhi. So I'm staying in Noida. In the lookout of I'm in the lookout of to get the job over here as a Java developer. So before that, I have joined this training session so that I will have that internship and will have that knowledge on this Spring Boot and microservices. Then in that case, I can go with job search such that I will be having more skills in that Spring Boot framework and microservices. So now talking about this, basically this related with this training. So what I am going to do first, let me close this one. I tried to record this one, but I didn't got that whether my screen recorder is running or not. So let me first remove it out. Let me remove this one and let me remove this one also now. So since it was running, so didn't got the chance to delete it. Now let me remove it out. How I'm going to delete, so without using that, let me see at this moment. Nothing is there. Okay. So from start.spring.io, from here will come, and at this moment I will have to choose the language Java, and project will choose this Maven. This is by default a Spring Boot version, is a stable version is this one. And now this is what group ID group is what com.chandan means what using this group is basically refers to the company for which this Spring Boot application is going to be developed. Artifact ID is nothing but what this is the ID which basically refers to the packaging jar file name will get reflect with this name. This is the actual package name or application name, Java Spring Boot application name. This is one description for that, and this is the package name. This is packaging I am choosing. This is jar. This one is what JDK Java 21 I am choosing, and in that case of dependency I have added a Spring Wave and Dev Tools. A Spring Wave if I am using means what RESTful based applications I can develop using this Spring Web dependency, and Dev Tools I have used whenever it is a live reload means what whenever I will do any changes in that application or Java code, accordingly by default it will live reload when I will press on Ctrl S. So let me generate it. It has downloaded. Let me go into the downloaded folder. Over here I will simply drag it and drop it inside this new folder. We'll go into the new folder. Over here I will extract it over here itself so that I will get the complete folder. After getting this complete folder, I will come to the STS. Over here I will import it, but how will import it? First we will have to look for the Maven, because this is the Maven project. In that Maven project we will choose which one existing Maven project, then we'll click on next, we'll click on browse, and we'll choose the location where is the project in the download. In the new folder we'll select this one, and then after we'll click on the finish. So accordingly we are able to see this one came, right, a Spring Boot application 01. Now boot and Dev Tools shortcut we are able to see over here, right, and this is the project structure. Over here we are able to see what com.chandan, this is the base package. Inside this base package, this is that Java class from where it is having the main method from where actually this application will get start executing. So this is the base package java src slash main slash java. This is the package where all java code we are going to write. This is the resources related package. Over there all the resources, static resources like html pages as well as images and any other stuff we can keep inside. This is the application properties. This is the properties or configuration file related with this application. This is what src slash test java means. What in this is the package basically meant for the java testing. Means in this application all the test cases related with this java spring boot application we are going to write inside this one. This is what jdk lib jre runtime java runtime engine, which is what 21. This is maven dependencies, all the maven dependencies collection, this one. Now coming to the next, this is what src and this is what pom.xml is nothing but what it is. It stands for project object model xml file. This is the configuration file related with that maven configuration file. So all the dependencies which we need for this to develop this project, all dependencies we are going to keep it inside. And if we are able to see, this is what java version jdk 21, which I have chosen this one over here. 21 is shown. This is a maven project and this is the version 3.4.4 and this is that application name spring boot 01. So spring boot, this is the group id, spring boot application 01. This is the artifact name, this is the project name, and this is the version 3.4.4 and this is what spring framework.boot spring boot starter parent. Clear? So this is, and here jdk versions. If we are able to come down, then we are able to see what spring web dependencies, this one spring framework.boot started web, spring boot started web, right? And second one is what dev tools spring boot dev tools. So this is another dependencies, right? On behalf of this dependencies related with this, all the jar files will get downloaded by downloaded and attached into that maven dependencies folder in this, right? So dev tools. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to how to compile and run it. We'll right click on it, we'll go to the run as build, then we'll write over here clean, then a space package, and a space spring boot colon what run, and then we'll click on this run. It will do what? It will do three things. It will clean, it will make packaging of jar files, then it will run this project. Clear? Now we are able to see in the down in the console, we are able to see over here. So let us see. It has failed to start on 8080 because already in use. In that case we can do changes where in the properties application dot properties over here we need to write what server dot port, and that port we need to define equal to what 2025. That's it. We'll save it. After saving, see already reload will happen, and we are reload happen didn't happen because it didn't started, right? So we'll go over here once again back, we'll click on the build, we'll click on the clean, then we'll click on a spring boot colon run. That's it, and it will clean and it will start executing. So in the console we are able to see it over here. So now we can check it. Spring Boot framework has Spring Boot application has started on Tomcat server port number what 2025, right? So how to call it? We can call it from here. So we'll come here, we can write localhost 2025, that's it. Now it is giving white space, no static resources found over here. In that case, how we are going to give the solution? In the static, we'll create one static file. That file name will be what? index.html, that's it. In that index.html will come to a Spring Boot software development world. Toships or world. Now save it. After saving, it will do live reload, right? Will come here, will hit here again. Now we are able to see this is coming, means what? Our successfully I am able to access it from the browser to these applications, right? Now from browser I am running, executing. Now question is now I am going to create one controller, and will write an API, and that API will call from outside of this application, either from the browser or either from that Postman API. So how I am going to do that? So first we'll write it home controller. We know that controller is the first Java applications which will get executed whenever one HTTP request will come. So controller. Now in this controller, what I am going to do, I am going to annotate it with the REST controller. Why REST controller? Reason being, I am going to call it from outside of this application. Now request mapping. So request mapping means what? Whenever request will come, it will map that API for which request call happen. So I am writing it over here API. So API, I need to write it inside double quote, right? API, clear. Now we'll save it. Then after I am going to make over here what different API. Which one? Public string get API call, return which one? Get API called. That's it. The same thing I will be writing for which one? Get post, put, patch, delete. So this one get API call will make it get mapping. For this get mapping, I will be writing one API get. That's it. For this one, I will be writing which one? Map API, post API. So this for post post mapping, post. For this I am going to write put mapping, put mapping. For this I am going to write patch mapping patch. For this I am going to write delete. DEL, clear. So get API, del API call. Del means delete API call. This is what? Patch API call, patch API call. This is what? Put API call. So we will write it put API put API call. This one is what? Post API call. Post API call. This is what? Post API call. So all done, right? Yes, all done. Now this all API I will try to call it from here, from front end web browser. So API get API. Can I call it? How? Slash API slash get API. Got called, right? Can I get post API? POST? No, because by default call request can be handled by this web browser is what? Get mapping only. Post mapping is not applicable for this one. So if we'll come here and we'll see where to see it, console or element. See, the get method get is not supported. Why? Because I made one post call, right? Yes. So how to solve it? To solve, because from browser only we can call get only, and get API got called, right? So to solve this solution, to test other APIs, we must have to use what? Testing API testing application. What the good API testing application is? Which one? That application is POSTMAN. So from POSTMAN I am going to call it. How? So the same thing, I will make a copy of it and will call it from this. And let me make it first get and put it get only. Now see, get API got called. Able to see get API call. This is only I have written get API called. Can I do change such that you will get clarity whether it called or not? So get API called Chandan. Let me save it. After save, just you come over here, hit the enter, see the output. Chandan is coming or not? Yes. So this is what get API. Can we call post API? Yes, we can call. To call this post API, API will have to change this method. Which one? Post. Now call it. See the output. Post API got called. Now can I call put? Yes, put also I can call, but I need to do this one here. Put API. Put API called. Yes. Then can I call patch API? Yes, patch API also I can call. PATCH. Can I call it? Now see, patch API get called. Yes. After changing, making it put, and can I call patch? No, will get the error. See, so which API we are calling, that we must have to define it over here. So patch API. After it, can I send it? Yes, patch got called. Now delete API. Can I call this delete API? Yes, DEL. Yes, I can call it this del API. Del API got called. Yes. So get, post, put, patch, delete. This much API I have called, and we are able to see all got executed very easily, right? So this is all about test API testing from Postman as well as from the browser. Can I write any other API which will do the addition of two given number? Yes, I can do that. How I can do that? Public string add num. In this I have to pass path variable path variable num1, comma path variable num2. Path variable num2. How to call this one path variable? Let me see that. Return what? Num1 equal to num1 plus num2 equal to num2 plus sum equal to which one, num1 plus num2. That's it. At the rate path variable, for this annotations I will have to give at the rate what, get mapping, and for which one I will have to call it add. Clear? This is what, num1 and num2, but how I need to define it, num1 num2, path variable num1, let me check it out, and that spring at the rate request forum int num1, at the rate request forum. So I am making request of that forum at the rate request forum int num1, at the rate request forum int num2. Clear? Now I will be calling this one from that front end, since it is the get mapping, so I will be calling it from the front end as well as from this browser also. So get mapping, from here get slash add what, num1 equal to 1000 and num2 equal to 2000. Clear? Now see the white space came by 40 from num1 and num2, API get add num1, why didn't got access, so get mapping API add at the rate request forum int num1 int num2. What is the issue then? Why didn't access? No static API get add, API get add, yes, API then get, from where I wrote get no need to write it over here, right? Yes, then add. Now see, output came 1000, 2000, total how much, 3000. Can I call it from that postman also? Yes, I can call it from the postman, making it get API, and in this get API I am able to call it. So see the output over here also got it, right? So this is basically related with what, API testing either from the web browser or from that postman API application, right? Now this is what controller, I am going to define one entity class. So controller, then entity name is what, any entity I can give imply, this is what, entity package, inside that entity this one will be what, one package. Then I am going to make one service, not class, I am going to make one service package. Inside that I am going to write one interface imply service, and this will go inside where, service package. So then after I am going to one class imply impl dot service impl. Clear? Now I am going to develop one another package. That package name is what, repository package, imply repository chandan dot repository. clear. So this is a complete structure of that application, and on this I will be working upon it. So imply, this is what one repository class, repositories and imply repositories and interface. So implements but repository class loader repository, it will not add because a Spring Data JPA I need to add it. So this much for the first demo, and I will be making another demo on this, and will be working on it, and yes. So that's it for the first video, and while working upon that, will attend this week 3 day 1 to 5, and will complete that week day 3, and then accordingly will make another video too. So remaining a lot of configurations you have already shown, how to do the auto configuration, auto wiring, component, usage of component, how to call them, how to put the loggers on them. So those things I have not shown it because it will make a longer video, but I have already done that practice on that. Component scan, you have shown at how to make a Spring container available to give the object for the predefined classes. For that we are going to use annotations, configuration annotations. So those things will be using in the next video. Thank you, and we'll wait for the feedback from your end. Thank you. Let me stop it. Let me stop this one.